Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Mao, I'm happy to have that conversation, but I think more importantly at this point, we should discuss the letter that the SRBC sent our Auditor General on August 4th. And I think you referenced it earlier that there seems to be some increased responsiveness due to some of the scrutiny, pressure that the legislature has put on the organization. And I think that this letter certainly is evidence of that. Basically, what we learned in the first hearing is that the SRBC is not subject to many of the transparency laws that we have in Pennsylvania, the Right to Know Act, the Sunshine Act, the IRC process, the IFO, Penn Watch. And I think that moving forward, seeing this increased responsiveness is wonderful, but I'm always reminded of the fact that I will not be here forever. And so I would like to ensure that whatever we do to increase that responsiveness is permanent so that those who come after us don't have to fight the same battles that we've had to fight. So while I am exceedingly grateful that the SRBC is willing to be audited by the Auditor General, I would like to say for the record and get your thoughts on this as well. I believe that it's important that we continue forward with the language in a fiscal code bill that would make the Auditor General a duly authorized officer of the Commonwealth to the SRBC for the purposes of conducting that audit. For a couple of reasons, primarily because when the SRBC invites the Auditor General in without that language authorizing him, they can simply show him what they want to show him. However, if we make him a duly authorized officer of the Commonwealth, they then must release any information that the Auditor General wants to see. Do you believe that to be correct? Am I
I couldn't have
interpreting
said
this?
that better myself. You hit that nail straight on the head.
Okay. So I think it's really important. And I also think it would set good precedent going forward to have the ability to really examine what these independent commissions that were created decades ago are doing to make sure that they are being good stewards of taxpayer resources and that they are meeting the terms that were set forth in their compact. So I certainly hope that we can continue to work toward that legislatively.
My accountant told me one time, I can only fill out tax returns based on the information that my clients give me. But when the IRS comes in, they look at everything they want to. So that's kind of the example of what you just said that probably we all think about from time to time. That's why we all give our accountants all the information all the time. And that's what we need. We need a thorough forensic audit to see just why we have the money that we have in the SRBC and who they've been accountable to, what they've been up to.
Now, they do audits every year, right? I was a local government official. You're a business person. Those audits basically show dollars in, dollars out. But what the Auditor General can do is really look at how the programs are being funded and administered. Correct, which I think is, after all these hearings, I was left with many more questions than I had answers to, and I think that the Auditor General would have the ability to provide some of those important answers that we need to move forward.
In some of the Executive Director's testimony, he stated that they are somewhat heavily involved in water quality issues now. Well, maybe the commissioners gave them that authority to do it, but when this compact was set up, it was set up as a water quantity issue, not a water quality issue. We have DEP and we have the Fish and Boat Commission for a reason.
Thank you.